What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be going over 4 different drills that are going to improve your arm strength as a quarterback. Let's get started. Now, before we get into this video, fellas, if you are a quarterback and you guys would like to train with us this offseason, we're coming out to 15 different cities across the U.S. for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. So check out that very first link in the description below where you can get all the info on how you can sign up. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, California. That camp is completely sold out, but then we'll be heading out to Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York. Then we'll be coming out to Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So again, guys, if you want some more information, would like to train with myself, my staff of coaches, again, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you there. Let's get back to the drills. All right, guys, so where a lot of quarterbacks' arm strength comes from is their legs, their hips, and their core. So this first drill is going to help you guys activate your hips, your core, and your legs into your throw. So this is called a no stride drill. So what you're going to do, you need a partner, have him stand maybe 10 to 15 yards away, and you're going to get in a good throwing base. So a good throwing base, how you can engage your legs more in the throw, is you never want to have your feet step outside of your shoulder frame. So this no stride drill, you're going to start out, you're going to have your back foot located underneath your armpit, weight loaded maybe about 70% on this back leg, and your front foot is going to be firmly planted. No stride like you've already taken a stride, but we're going to have 2 hands on the ball. So what we're going to do is you're going to rotate back and dip into this back leg, separating your hands and slightly rotating your shoulders. This puts us in a position called hip and shoulder dissociation, which essentially means you're separating your lower body from your upper body, which creates something called torque. Like I said, throw power comes from your legs, your hips, and your core. But the throw power comes from the timing of your hip rotation in the throw. And this throw helps us with the timing. Every single time that we throw, fellas, it's a lot like a baseball swing to generate power. You're in the batter's box, quarterback throws, or let's say pitcher throws you a pitch, you step to him, bat stays back, you pivot, hip fires through, and the bat trails behind. In a throw for a quarterback, to generate power, you want to think of your arm and the ball like the baseball bat. So we're lined up here, front foot's in cement in the ground, you sit into this back leg, you separate. So now all we got to do, since we already took this stride, if you're a quarterback who takes a long stride, this is a great drill for you. Foot in the ground, you separate, you dip back, and then what you're going to think is you're going to pivot off of your back toe. You're going to fire your front hip through and then finish all the way through with that arm. I'm obviously going to show you how this is going to look full speed, but that's the first drill to help quarterbacks increase their arm strength. All right, guys, so one of the common mistakes that a lot of quarterbacks will make that limit their arm strength is their base is just simply too wide. So this is a great drill. I call it a drop back pause drill that's going to help you guys get your feet inside your shoulder frame so we can properly rotate, right? So why is it important that you're not super wide, right? So if you're standing here and you're trying to throw and your feet get wide, and there's a lot of younger quarterbacks, they don't maybe have the leg strength, they maybe just don't know the right mechanics, their knees cave in a little bit, and then when they throw and their feet are wide, try to rotate. Your hips almost lock out. So you're throwing this thing all arm. And that's what we don't want to have as a quarterback. So this next drill forces us to have to get that back foot under my frame and get my shoulder, or get my feet inside of my shoulder frame. So all you're doing, drop back pause. You're starting out like this. You're going to take the last 2 steps of a rhythm 3-step where we're throwing off the third. So you're going to be here, set, go, left, right, and you're going to balance on one foot. Because when you balance on one foot, if you are too wide, watch what happens. You fall. But to be able to balance on one foot, you have to stay underneath your body frame. Then what you're going to do is you're going to lightly set down your front foot. Your heel does not touch the ground. Now we're in a perfect quarterback base. Take a short stride, and then you're going to throw. So remember, like I said, it's just left, right, balance, lightly set. Heel does not touch the ground. That's an important part. A lot of quarterbacks will go here. Body weight shifts forward. Foot gets outside the frame. Nice and light, and we just shoot through and rotate on through. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, so this next drill we're going to be going over for quarterbacks. You don't even need a football. You don't need a partner for this drill. All you need is a towel. You want to try to make this towel as thin as possible, and how you're going to hold this towel is you're going to put your middle finger over the top of the towel, hold it like this, 4 fingers underneath it, middle finger over the top of it. And you're going to try to grab the center of the towel if it's long. If it's a shorter towel, not as long as this, you could grab like the bottom end of it. Just you want a little bit more like range, I guess you could say, on the towel, so we could snap this thing. The reason why we use the towel, obviously to work on my wrist flick and my extension point. If you're doing reps with the towel, like throwing reps, and you hear the towel whip, That means that we're properly extending and flicking my wrist like how I would get a better spiral or better accuracy on the throw. So this drill is obviously for arm strength, and I call this the 3-part hitch drill. So a 3-part hitch drill, all you're gonna do is you're gonna act like we are taking a 3-step drop in a hitch, like we're throwing a 15-yard dig, a 15-yard comeback, whatever it is. Now the mistake, because remember, as quarterbacks, our power comes from our legs, our hips, and our core. But sometimes quarterbacks' legs don't put them in the right position to generate power from their hips. A lot of quarterbacks will drop back, and this is a huge, huge problem with quarterbacks. So if you don't feel like this is you, trust me, this might be you. So you take a 3-step drop, and then when they hitch up on the throw, they leave a lot of their body weight on the front side of them, especially when they're trying to drive a ball like a comeback or a dig. And when all your body weight's forward, guess what we can't do? We can't rotate with my hips. You're opening up. You can't rotate back with your shoulders like that no stride drill, simply because your base is off. So this drill helps us get there. All you're worried about is replacing your feet. I recommend doing this on like a line if you can. So you start with weight on your front foot, you shift back. Then you go back again, shift back. Then you go back again. On the third one you land, weight back, light on the front foot, and we throw. So it simulates what we should do. 3-step drop, hitch up, and shoot through and throw. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. This is a very easy drill that quarterbacks can do before every single throwing session to work on their arm strength. All right, guys, so like I briefly mentioned earlier in this video, a lot of quarterbacks, what they will struggle with is a very long stride, which puts their feet outside their body frame, and guess what they can't do? They can't generate power from their hips, their core, and their legs. Guess what? Arm strength doesn't come from the arm. It comes from the lower body. That's how we get twitch and velocity on the throw. So this is a simple cone circle front stride drill that you could do with the towel, and I recommend progressing into doing this with a football. So set up a circle of cones, maybe about a yard outside your shoulder frame. When you guys stride with the front foot, I talk a lot about taking a short stride, taking a long stride. How long should the stride actually be? And your stride should honestly be about 6 inches. That's what like when you look at top passers, that's usually about how long their front stride is. It's almost in place. So that's what we want to try to replicate with this. So all you're doing, you have a partner 10 yards away. You can do this with a towel. You stand in the circle, perfect base, and it forces us to have to take a short step. We cannot step outside the cones. And please, on this drill, do not step open. If you step open, your foot still takes just as long to get down as if you were stepping long. So let's try to just step right in place and just work on that hip rotation because your feet are now inside your body frame. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. All right, guys, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to train with us in 15 different states this off-season, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of our off-season camps. I'll see you guys next time.